Hello everyone, and welcome to the Extreme TIG channel. For today's video I'm going to show lay-wire technique on a 6-inch SCAD 80 pipe. This is one little project I am doing at a location where I'm working at the moment. So the pipe is in a positioner on a pipe stand, so it's not a field weld. So the lay-wire technique is basically holding the wire in the puddle, and it's all about inclination, bending that rod, just following that the pipe curve. But also lay wire is not only just holding on the edge of the puddle, it's also by pushing it. Sometimes you have to satisfy that puddle. So the rod I'm using, it's 1/8 ER 80S D2. I'm gonna start at the bottom. You can usually walk in the cup or wiggling inside the groove on a lay-wire technique is perfect. I'm using cup size 6. It's a 532 gap, so it's a perfect combination to walk that cup and to do a lay-wire technique. Lay-wire, I like lay-wire technique. It's fast. You can weld faster with a higher amperage and speed up your process. Okay, for beginning, we're gonna, once you put that connection, when you establish that connection, then it's gonna go easier. Just right here I'm running around 130 amps. As you can see, it's melting that rod really nice. So this pretty much basically lay-wire technique, just fitting that puddle. So it's not only by holding on the edge and you're gonna satisfy the puddle and the root. You have to push, and you have to have control over the puddle, and both hands coordination, inclination, most important thing as well, of your torch and your puddle. Okay, we stop on that. Let's stop on that first tack. It was all root tacks, feathered out. Preheat, and once it starts melting, hold the rod. As you can see on a couple occasions here, I'm losing that connection. As I said earlier, inclination is most important. As you go a little bit faster and your inclination of the torch, then you're gonna melt and lose that connection with your puddle. Then you have to re-establish that connection again. As you can see here, that's exactly what's happening. And so I'm basically pushing that rod as I'm trying to go faster, as I'm running on a higher amps. So I don't want to have any delays or stop. So everything you just open up that bevel. Okay, you can see by the root outside, it's a lay-wire technique. It's a little bit different. This is the root inside. It's a little bit uneven, but it's okay. You're running too hot, and but that root should be fine. I try to aim here with my camera. Okay, now for the hot pass, same thing. Start on the bottom. Usually when you got pipe, it's a little tip. When you got pipe in a pipe stand, you want to finish. When you finish on the top, it's a good habit just to flip it over, turn over, and start. So you don't bend the pipe, you don't weld in the same position all the time, all the way from root to cap. Okay, so for the hot pass, 150, and the same thing. You can wiggle. I still on a cup size 6. Preheat, melt. Once it starts melting good, then you can. It's gonna speed up by itself, actually. Just stretch that puddle, nice. And there you go. Now we can go faster. As pipe gets hotter, and then your travel speed is gonna speed up as well, as everything is melting faster, and it's gonna be easier. Okay, hot pass is done. As you can see, as I said, it's a SCAD 80. So I'm gonna do fill and a fill to flash. I'm gonna do actually two passes in one. This is 160 amps. So this is first, most important is beginning. You want to do that, you want to make that build up all the way to those edges. So you want to start at the bottom, fill to flash, and then just continue on welding, keeping the same build up, the same amount. So as I said, you have to push wire. It's not only holding the wire at the edge as a lay wire technique. It's not welding by itself. So you have to push. You have to pay attention. You have to control both hands, and you have to check that puddle be the same. Okay, I did finish all spool. It's filled to flash now. There's a couple uneven spots at the top, but cap is gonna cover all that. And now the same thing with the capping. This is my favorite part of lay wire technique. I like lay wire as I said, speed up your process. Sometimes I like to weld fast, unless if it's a field weld and you just forced to adjust to environment that you're in. Okay, so for the cap, I switched to cap 8, 1/8, same thing, 1/8 tungsten, 160 amps for the cap pass. So we're gonna walk the cap, start the same steps, same build up, and that's what you wanna maintain and keep it consistent all the way to the top. So basically lay wire, or it's just a constant feed, I would say, pretty much the same thing as you feed anyway. So as I said, if you lost any connection, you still have to push it in, reestablish that connection again. So it's not, you have to keep that puddle satisfied. I know how it sounds, but that's what it is. Okay, now half of the spool is done. Go for the second half. Just stretch that puddle. As you can see, when it's clean between passes, when it's nice, and when you run hot, that's a little tip. When you run hot, your puddle is actually nice and clean. No undercuts. As I said, inclination, most important. Both hands, torch, tungsten, rod, everything plays a role to have a nice and good beads, welds. It's not a science fiction, but it requires practice. Okay, that's the cap. As you can see, straight edges, same consistent steps, same build-up. And that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you like it, enjoy it. Just a little bit show for my project what I'm doing, just to keep you in the loop. Thank you guys for your support. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, share, comment, and see you in the next one.